Good evening. This is Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo, Net Control Operator for the Amateur Radio Emergency Service Region 3 District 2 Net. The mission of the Amateur Radio Emergency Service is to provide reliable and alternate communications to our served agencies in times of emergency, disaster, or national crisis. Our district serves agencies in Larimer and Weld counties. My name is Jim. I'm located in Loveland, Colorado. This net meets every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. local time for the purpose of planning, practicing, and discussing the activities of the ARES Region 3 District 2 group. This is a directed net and all traffic will go through net control. Before we get started, is there any emergency traffic for the net? If an emergency arises during the net, please say break and we will handle the emergency with top priority. Is there any formal NTS traffic? This net is open to anyone licensed to operate on this repeater and interested in amateur radio public service communications. This net is affiliated with the Amateur Radio Emergency Service of the American Radio Relay League. However, ARES or ARRL membership is not required to check in. This is Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo Net Control for the ARES Region 3 District 2 Net. This net will accept check-ins in order of ARES affiliation. All stations will have an opportunity to check in. However, please wait for your appropriate check-in group. Please remember to check out if you need to leave prior to the closing of the net. When checking in, please give the following information. Your call sign, first alphabetically, then again with international phonetics. Your name, your location, whether you have announcements or comments for the net. I will now take check-ins from Region 3 District 2 Served Agency Directors. Served Agency Directors only. Please call now.
This is KD0TYU, Kilo Delta Zero Tango Yankee Uniform, Joe here in Loveland, Laramie, Well County, EC. And I do have an announcement. In Loveland, and I do have traffic.
Hey, we'll hold up there for a second. There was a double, but I believe I got both of them in there. I got KD0TYU, Joe, and got the one announcement, and I believe it was WB0MH Mike.
That is correct, Jim, and I do have traffic.
Copy that. You do have traffic. We'll now take additional check-ins from served agency directors. Served agency directors only. Call now.
This is KE0LCK. Kilo Echo Zero, Lima, Charlie Kilo, the other Mike from Windsor, Director of Windsor, no traffic.
And Net Control acknowledges KE0LCK. Do one last round for served agency directors. Served agency directors only. Please call now. Hearing nothing, I'll now take check-ins from stations on Echolink. Echolink stations only. Please call now. And hearing nothing, we'll move on to take check-ins from ARES members. ARES members only with call suffixes alpha through Mike. Call now.
AE0 SOR Kilo Echo 0 Sierra Oscar Radio. The other Mike from Wellington. This is W9INE9er India November Echo Larry Estes Park. This is Kilo 0 Foxtrot November Lima 0. No traffic. This is KC0ZIE, Kilo Charlie 0, Zulu India Echo. Darren, Director for Hospitals, and I have the training this evening.
Hey, Net Control acknowledges KE0SOR, W9INE, K0FNL, and KC0ZIE. And I also have you down for training this evening, Darren. Now take check-ins from all ARES members. ARES members Alpha through Zulu.
November 6, Romeo Foxtrot India. N6 RFI, Eric Loveland. This is Kilo Echo 7, Romeo Golf, KE7RG, Rob, in Estes Park. Note. A6OG, Kilo 6 Oscar Golf, David, Estes Park.
Hey, Net Control acknowledges N6 RFI, KE7RG, and K6OG. Do one more round for ARES members. ARES members only, Alpha through Zulu.
Alpha India 7 Papa Mike Phil Sir Larimer AI 7 p.m.
Hey, Net Control acknowledges AI 7 p.m. Now take general check-ins. General check-ins, call suffix Alpha through Mike. Call now.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 4 Delta Uniform Sierra KF4 TUS Horsdetooth Mountain. No traffic. Kilo 0 India Tango Papa K0 ITP Chuck and Barstow. No traffic.
Hey, Net Control acknowledges KF4DUS, and I believe it was K0 ITP. That K0 ITP, is that correct?
K0 ITP.
Thank you. Now take general check-ins. General check-ins from anyone. All call suffixes Alpha through Zulu. Here, nothing, we'll move on. This is Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo Net Control. for the ARES Region 3 District 2 Net. Now go on to announcements or comments. We did have a couple stations that had announcements for the net. We'll start off with Joe, KD02YU. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jim, for taking the net and everybody there. I sent out a note, and it's maybe a little confusing, from a John Bloom in Denver. He's asking anyone who can send a WinLink message to him, please do. We read this all wrong. I thought we were supposed to do one for everybody, and it seems like he wants to see how many active members we have in R3D2 that can send him the message. So if you have any problems with this, give me, just send me an email or something like that, and I'll help you set up. But I did send the note out, and basically he wants it kind of his format. It's really kind of simple. Just send it to him, and it'd be good to go. So if you have any questions, I'll take questions now. Okay, well, every now and again, the state wants to kind of know our capabilities and things like that, and that's what this is all about. So anyway, back to net. Thanks so much for taking the net again. KD0TYU, back to you.
You're welcome, and thank you for the announcement, Joe. We have another announcement from Mike, WB0MH. Go ahead.
Hey, thank you, Jim, and good evening to the net, WB0MH. The 18th, Saturday afternoon, the 18th of April, 13:30, 1:30 p.m. We are having online the district Skywarn training. I sent out a note to the ARES reflector, what is needed, the check-ins and all that other information. This is in lieu of our normal in-house meeting because of the restrictions we are under right now. Wait one. If you did not receive that email off the reflector for ARES, drop me an email and I will send you that information. My email address is Whiskey 0 Mike Bravo Hotel at hotmail.com. That's W0MBH at hotmail.com, and I will forward the information to you for the Zoom meeting. That's already been set up, and we're ready to go. If anybody has any questions, give me a shout or drop me an email. WB0MH. None. Thank you, Jim. Back to net control.
You're welcome, and thank you for the announcement, Mike. Looking forward to that, refreshing the district training for the Skywarn. We'll move on to, anyone else have any announcements for the net before we move on to training? Hearing nothing, we'll move on to our weekly training this week from Darren, KC0ZIE. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jim, and good evening to the net. What I'd like to cover today is using your HT in your Go Kit. We've all had HT as a piece in our portable Go Kit, particularly when we're heading out in the field. And while an HT is very portable, it does have some drawbacks that we need to be aware of and address so that it becomes a useful and reliable tool. The biggest downside to an HT is the available power. Typically this is 5 watts, and while we can't do much about that, there are things we can do to make the best use of the power that we've got. First thing we can do is get rid of the replace it with an aftermarket high gain antenna. This will be useful in virtually all situations and may be all you need. In addition to getting a better antenna for your HT, next thing you can do to improve your signal is to get a fixed antenna or a larger antenna that you can use in a fixed location. These are available that are portable enough to pack up and move easily. There are several options for this. Simplest option is a standard mag mount antenna. These can be attached to any vehicle or piece of metal, including metal building groups. Another option would be a collinear antenna, like a Diamond X30 or X50. Still very portable. If you need a smaller form factor, a roll-up J-pole like an N9TAX is a great choice. All you need is a tree limb and some paracord. For the most challenging locations, a portable Yagi like an Arrow or an ELF will work great. With all you'll need to make sure that you've got a few adapters in your kit to connect your HT to the antenna. Short section of coax is also quite useful. Keep in mind that while you wish you might have a mobile out in the field, a good antenna on an HT can beat this out or at least be on par with it. Remember, there's only about 9 dB difference between an HT and a mobile. The next area to think about is power. If you're going to be out for an extended period of time, you're going to need more than just the one battery that came with your radio. Ideally, you can use a second battery to charge while you're using the first. Additionally, most radios will have an alkaline battery pack option so that you can use AA or AAA batteries. Yes, these won't last nearly as long, but they're universally available. Better yet is to get a set of cables or adapter to connect your radio to a power pole source. Here you can use a multitude of sources like wall wart, car batteries, solar, anything that's around that's got a power pole on it. Next, since we'll always be operating in an area that is going to be noisier, we're going to have a lot of people around us, a headset is almost essential, not only to improve your ability to hear a transmission, but also to prevent someone from hearing something that they shouldn't be. The last item on the list is to think about some type of antenna stand or mount. Yes, this sounds like overkill, but it isn't and doesn't have to be big. It's also an area where you can be creative. Sure, you can get a speaker stand, but these are large and unwieldy. Other more useful options include hiking sticks, ski poles, straps and bungees to attach around trees and fence posts, and the ever-useful paracord. Just because an antenna has a mount on the bottom doesn't mean that you can't tie a cord around the top of it to hoist it up into a tree. Knowing a few knots is a good skill to have before you need it. These are just a few ideas to get you thinking about not just having an HT on your belt, but a full package to be successful in the field. I'll take any questions or comments and then send it back to Nat. KC0ZIE. Go ahead, Jeff.
I don't know how good my signal is because I'm still just outside of Cheyenne, but one other thing that you can do for your HT is to add a counterpoise. You can't do all the cool external antenna things, but if you add a high gain antenna and then add like a 19-inch piece of wire as a counterpoise off of the radio, it improves the rubber duck style antenna's performance pretty dramatically.
Great comment there. I'll have to add that to my list. Anybody else? All right, Jim, the net is yours. KC0ZIE.
Yeah, thank you for the training this week, Darren. It was a good reminder and explanation on what people should expect in the field as far as trying to use an HT. Before closing the net, are there any additional stations who would like to check in to the ARES R3D2 Net? If so, please call now. Here, nothing. I'll now check each station out of the net. By reading your call sign, please respond with your FCC issued call sign. KD0TYU.
KD0TYU.
WB0MH.
UB0MH.
KE0LCK.
KE0LCK.
KE0SOR.
KE0SOR.
W9INE.
W9INE.
K0FNL.
K0FNL.
KC0ZIE.
KC0ZIE.
N6RFI.
And 6RFI.
KE7RG. K6OG.
K6OG.
AI7PM.
AI7PM.
KF4DUS.
KF4DUS.
And K0ITP.
0ITP.
I'd like to thank each station for checking in and the NCARC for the use of their repeater this evening. All stations with appropriate privileges are invited to check into the statewide ARES UHF Net Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. on a frequency of 3.810 MHz, and the statewide ARES VHF Net on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. on the 145.310 MHz repeater using a tone of 88.5 Hz, which is also the Colorado Connection repeater system. For further information about the ARES R3D2, please go to www.coloradoaresr3d2.org. This evening, there were 15 check-ins, including net control. The next scheduled ARES R3D2 net will be next Thursday evening at 7 p.m. This is Kilo Alpha 6 Echo Tango Echo, closing the net at 7:23 p.m. local time, and returning the repeater to normal amateur radio use. 7-3, and have a good evening.